Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is my first pick a card reading. I'm so excited. And so this is my new style bonus reads. So it's a bonus read, and it's for all signs this time. You get to choose which reading you want, which one you resonate with. And so the reason that I'm doing these is because it's the weekend, and so I've got a half price reading sale going on this weekend, which is my money abundance reads. And so if you want one of those private reads, then they're available. There's a link in the description box below. I'm also going to be doing deeper dives into each of these as well. If whichever you choose when you watch the reading, if it really resonates with you, book in for that deeper dive as well. I'll go deeper into it for you. So you get to choose which one do you want. First of all, we have a reading here with a crystal. And so is this speaking to you? Did that catch your eye when you first saw this? And we've also got the flower too. And so does this flower catch your eye? What a beautiful flower. Does that catch your eye? Or the shell, is that really speaking to you? Is it the shell? It might be that you're attracted to just one of them or two of them. You just tune into your intuition. I would suggest that you go with the first one that caught your eye, because that tends to be the one that's truest for you. You know, our ego minds, they can our intuitive minds are the one to go with. Our ego minds can kick in and say, oh, the wrong choice. Maybe you should have chosen the other one. You can watch them all anyway if you want, but go with the first one. So which one are you feeling? Which one are you feeling? And so I'll put in the comments and in the links below too, in the comments, and in the description box, where to click to get to that reading. So choose the crystal, the flower, or the shell. Which is it? Which would you like to watch? And I will join you for that reading. Let me know what you think about these readings as well. I'd love to hear from you, and the style of it as well. Do you like me shuffling? Do you not like me shuffling? Do you like to see half of the shuffling? You let me know. And so take your choice now. Maybe pause this video if you need more time to tune in to decide which one to watch or which one to watch first, and I will catch you in the reading. So if you picked the crystal, then this is your reading. Let's pick the cards out for this reading, starting off with the Animal Spirits deck by Colette Baron Reid. All the details about these cards are in the description box below. So I'm going to get all the cards out first and then show you what they are. Let's just get three. Let's get three of these out to get some kind of a story for your abundance. One. Oh, nice. One more from Colette Baron Reid's deck. And let me know what you think as well. If you don't want to see me shuffling and actually picking the cards, you just let me know if you want them to all to be there already. Beautiful. So that's the third card. So let me show you these, right? So first out was the Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Then we've got the Scarab Beetle Spirit, which says magic works through you. Then we've got the Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. It's looking good. It's looking good so far for your money story. Let's get three tarot cards out, and then we'll get into your reading once all of these cards have been picked out. So unfortunately, all my new cards, I've got so many decks on order. They'll be arriving in the next few days, but unfortunately they didn't arrive before I had to do this. The Chariot, awesome. You've got the Empress, wow. One more card, please, for the reading. Let's wait till we get a jumper. There it is. Okay, two cards then. Right, okay. That is the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands. Let's put these there. These are the Wild Unknown Oracle cards. Let's get a few of these out as well, see how many want to come out for you. For your finances, for your abundance, those of you that chose the crystal for the reading. If you were attracted to one of the other things as well, that's too many. If you were attracted to one of the other readings as well, go watch that too. might give you more information about what's going on for you in your finances, in your abundance. I'm going to clarify all of these as well with the little inner self guidance cards that I use. Okay, come on, let's get some cards. There we go. Got the shadow, right? The creator. The creator. Wow. And let's get one more of these. And then we'll get into your reading. There it is. And it is, if I can pick it up, the warrior. I love it. Right, okay. So we're starting off with the nightingale spirit for you guys. Love is all around. Now this is telling me that your abundant story, it is a match to how much money you're let in, and how much, all kinds of abundance that you're let in is a match to how much love you will let in your life. And so this nightingale spirit is telling you that love is all around. And in order to open up to more abundance, you've got to open up to more love as well. And so, as is often the case, when we want something in our lives, whether it's an abundance, it's money, it's business, success, that kind of thing, we can often think that those things are only related to work, or only related maybe to our confidence in our work. We can think that those things are only related to work kind of scenarios, and that they're the only things that we need to work on, right? But it's not true. Sometimes our personal life is the thing that needs to change, that changes our energy so much that brings in those work kind of things. And so this is saying, don't just focus on bringing the money and bringing the abundance in. You need to focus on letting love in. And so to bring your money in, to bring that abundance in, requires you to open up to receiving more love. So if you've been finding that you're closed down to people, you've got your heart closed, you're not wanting a romantic relationship, you're not really connecting with your customers or those people that you're working with, that shows you that you've got the doors closed. And when you've got the doors closed, the abundance doesn't come in. So start letting that love in. That's going to help you to manifest that money and the abundance that you want. Now, Scarab Beetle Spirit is telling you that magic works through you, right? And so abundance is magic. It's part of the magic, but we can tend to think that it's not. We tend to think that it's not part of nature, right? That money is man-made, and so it's not natural. So it's not a part of nature, and so it's not going to flow with the laws of the universe, right? I'll tell you a story. This happened to me yesterday. So last week I had a big papaya tree out the back with massive papaya fruit on it, and I was looking up there and I was thinking, how can I get that fruit down? It was really high up, right? It's probably about 8 meters high, and it was about 8 meters away from my place. Anyway, yesterday afternoon there was this big crashing noise. This tree had fallen down. It had broken on my balcony, and the top of it broken on the railing of the balcony, and then the top of the tree had fallen right outside my door, and all the fruit was right there. So I don't know if you know papaya trees, but they've got all the leaves at the top, and then like a coconut tree, similar to that, and the fruit is right there at the top. And so all of these fruits were delivered to my door. I'm like, that's how it happens, right? And so nature can do it, and you can believe in nature coming up with magic like that to deliver you what you asked for. Well, if the universe can work through nature like that, however that happened, working through the ants or whatever made that tree fall down in my direction, then it can work through people, it can work through all kinds of things. It doesn't matter if it's man-made or not, it's still natural, it's still a part of nature. And so the magic works through you, through all kinds of ways. It works through you too. And so see abundance as being more magical, see the money as being more magical, see life as being more magical, see what you do in the energy that you put out there in the world as being more magical, and you will attract more abundance back to you as well. You've also got Rhino Spirit, which is overcome any obstacle. So there are obstacles. There are obstacles to overcome to get more money, and there always are, right? Because we've got to learn and we've got to grow to get more money. It's like you can't, if you're in a job, right, and you want a bonus, or you want a promotion, or you want a raise, you can't just offer nothing. You can't just say, I just want to carry on doing what I'm doing in the way that I'm doing it, not learn anything new, not grow, not do any more tasks and get it. No, you've got to do something more for that, right? Or you've got to work smarter. It doesn't necessarily mean you've got to put more hours in, you've got to work harder. You just got to work smarter. Maybe got to learn something new. You've got to do more for it, right? And that's what's saying. This obstacle is saying, the rhino is saying, you've got it within you to overcome any obstacle, to raise yourself up, to learn something new, to put yourself out there more, maybe to if you've got your own business, to streamline it, to take it to that next level, to use your smarts to create something new. It's like this, right? This is my first pick a card reading because my workload was getting way too much and I can't make 12 readings anymore. So I'm just doing 3 this time, and this is the first one of them that I'm doing. And so in a similar way, you can come creatively up with new ways, and so you overcome those obstacles that are showing up. So this seems to me like you've got obstacles that are showing up at the moment in your work or in your business, and it's showing you that there's a new path to abundance. It'll be easier for you, and you do have what it takes to overcome those obstacles. Now you've got the Chariot here, lots of motion forward, so those wheels are in motion right now. You are moving, you're headed toward that abundance that you want, and I hope you can feel that happening within your life as well. Our higher selves, they always support us. They always lead us to what it is that we want. You've been asking for more money, for more abundance, and yep, the Chariot is leading you there. You're on that fast track to it. You are being moved to it, and it's going to happen fast too. So that forward motion is happening, which is awesome. You've got the Empress, creativity. Now, the Empress to me is that woman. She's got her shit together, She's got it all together, and she's making it happen, and she's standing in her power. And so this, to me, it says creativity on it, but what I'm picking up from the Empress, because I've got the Empress energy, this is a Taurus energy, right, is when you've got that confidence, when you are feeling like the Queen, like the Empress, when you are respecting yourself and you're loving yourself and you're making things happen for yourself, you're wanting that abundance for yourself, for your life, to make your life better, to give you the security that you want, to get that place that you want, or to get that car that you want, whatever it is that you want to make yourself feel great. When you're in that Empress energy and you're saying, yes, universe, I deserve the real good stuff, that's when you're going to bring that in. So embody this Empress energy, your inner Queen, and that's going to bring it. Whether you're a guy or a girl, embrace your inner king if you're a guy. But it's all about that feeling, and when we've got like an intention for ourselves to improve our lives and all of that good stuff, that's when the universe wants to give it to us. If we don't want much for ourselves, if we say, oh, I just want to help the world, it doesn't happen. I know it doesn't happen because I was there. I've had this business 20 years, and the first 10 years of it, I was just trying to help the world, and I couldn't. And it's when I started helping myself, it's suddenly, when I made it about me and what I wanted in my life, it suddenly kicked off and then it started happening. So that's the Empress energy for you. Now, next up, you've got the Eight of Swords, which is imprisonment. And so if you are feeling like you're restricted, like you are a victim to circumstance, like you're locked into certain financial struggles because of outer circumstances, then this is a prison of your own making, because it's not actually true. You can set yourself free, just like I set myself free. I gave up my corporate job years ago, and I felt kind of abundant in that. I had a lot of money. I was getting paid a lot of money in that, but I've been so much more abundant since. Like, my life has been so much richer since. And so there are always decisions that you can make to get out of that prison that you're in. And so stop telling yourself that story that you're in some kind of a prison, that you're imprisoned by circumstances. You're not. You can make new decisions, You can make new decisions for yourself. It's just about having the courage to make those decisions for yourself. You got the Five of Wands next, which is about rivalry. So stop comparing yourself to other people. That is the sure way to stop your abundance coming in. It's just looking around you at what everyone else is doing and getting jealous of them and being competitive with them. You don't need to. Everybody has their connection with source. Everybody has their own papaya tree. Everybody has that, that connection with abundance. We can all have our own abundance and we can all attract it. You're not in competition with anyone else. And if you're telling yourself that story, that because someone else is rich, that's why you're not rich, it's not true. It is not true. There's plenty to go around for everyone. And so stop telling yourself those stories and being in that, oh, she's got dinosaurs around, being in that story of, of competition and stuff. It isn't true. Just get your eyes focused on your own stuff, your own life, what it is that you want, and then do it for yourself. Make your own money. Bring it to yourself. But yeah, if you focus on other people, you're never going to get what you want, especially if you're jealous of them and things like that and telling yourself these negative stories about it. You can't have what you want. Next up, you've got the shadow, right? So there's a shadow side, which is causing you problems. Now, often when people hear this, if they're not really into the healing work, or if they're just kind of new to this journey, they can think that the shadow card is like, oh, I've got bad things wrong with me that I need to get rid of. It's not true. You haven't got bad things wrong with you that you need to get rid of. That is not true at all. This is not about fixing you. This is not about saying that there's something wrong with you. This shadow card is saying that you need to embrace the shadow side, right? And so an example in my life is I grew up in an abusive family with violence in particular. And it made me very sensitive to violence, to aggression, to anything like that. And I would like push it away all the time, really not want to face that and not want to face it in myself as well. So there's an aggressive side of me. And and so I was trying to ignore that, trying to push it down, thinking it was a bad thing about me if I ever felt that aggression in myself. Well, then something amazing happened. When I started focusing on myself, as I was talking about in, what was it? The creativity part. As I started focusing on myself and deciding I wanted more in my life, I wanted more for myself in my life, then I started training Muay Thai. And I started realizing that it's actually a really, really positive side of me, this inner warrior, right? This inner warrior, because you got the warrior card too, is that your shadow side is when you start loving it and then seeing the positive expressions of that side of you, then you're going to get your abundance, right? It's no good hating on parts of ourselves. There's a positive and then there's a negative side of everything. There's a positive and negative expression of everything. So, for example, anger, yeah? You could be of the mind of anger is always bad, right? But it's not, is it? Because sometimes, say if there was a small child being abused in front of you, you'd start feeling angry about that, and that would make you step in and do something about it. That's a good thing. Yeah, so there's positive expressions of anger. There's positive and negative expressions of everything, right? So a negative expression of anger, we've all seen that. It's rage. It's pushing it down to the point that you end up, being angry at something that's got nothing to do with you. That's rage, right? That's different. And so there's positive and negatives to everything. So there's something in your shadow side. There's something that you're trying to push down, that you're hating on within yourself. And you actually need to start loving that and seeing. When you start loving it, then you'll see the path to expressing it positively. And so that is hindering your abundance, is turning your back on a part of yourself, because it'll be an integral part of yourself, right? Yeah, it'll be an integral part of yourself. It'll be part of what you're here to do. You'll need to tap into that positive expression of it to get your abundance, right? Because when I was ignoring my aggressive part of me, I wasn't making videos like this. I wasn't speaking my mind as much as I do now. I was more soft and fluffy healer kind of thing that you see in a lot of people. So I wasn't truly showing up. I wasn't truly showing up as myself, right? As the warrior that I am. Because I got a lot of Aries in me. Maybe you do too. And yeah, the warrior. You see, there's a snake in this. It's the transformation. Shedding of an old skin, really becoming yourself so that you can be authentic, That leads to abundance. Every time it leads to abundance. So you need to tap into that inner warrior. Get more aggressive. Yeah. Get more aggressive. Let your aggression out in a positive way. You can use like your aggression to draw up really good boundaries as well. Boundaries in your business, or boundaries with your boss, or boundaries with customers, boundaries with colleagues, and that will help your abundance to come in too. Often abundance is kind of slow for us. Money can be slow for us when we'll just do anything for anyone. And someone asks for a discount, so we say, okay. And we're not using our aggression positively and saying, no, my prices are what my prices are, kind of thing. And And so it could be that. It could be when you're not tapping into your inner warrior, you're not being really clear about prices, about your boundaries, things like that. You've also got the creator too, which is amazing. This is saying tap into your creative side, right? Tap into your creative side, into something that you really love doing. You maybe you're an artist or making videos like this. Tap into your creativity. That's what I'm doing today. Is making this. It's the first time I've done a pick a card reading, and I got really excited before I was doing it. I'm like, yay! Now I can be more creative in my readings, and it's fun. It's fun doing new styles of readings. So let's pick out a bit. What do we want more information about? Let's see. I want to know about the obstacles. The Rhino Spirit, what is that telling us? Right. The obstacle is about putting yourself out there. So we've got one step at a time and be vulnerable. And so it's this feeling, the obstacle is the feeling of vulnerability that's holding you back from putting yourself out there. And this one step at a time card is saying you don't need to like suddenly flip a switch and then be completely confident and be able to put yourself out there to the whole of the world. You don't need to take any major leaps here. It can be step by step, opening up into that step by step. So don't expect huge leaps forward. Just know, yeah, if you haven't got the confidence to do that big thing that you know you're here to do yet, it's just step by step, baby steps. So you're allowed to unfold into that. So that vulnerability can be an obstacle there, but just slow down. Any more obstacles? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Um, it's about resting. And you've got the rest card and the make love card here. So the make love card is about doing what you love. So the obstacle to that, I'm picking up for a lot of you, it could be that you've got like a side hustle going on. You've got a job that's taking up a lot of your time and a lot of your energy, and a side hustle, this thing that you love doing. And there's no time for rest. And that's not ideal, right? So that's an obstacle. It's like, when do you make that leap to the transition, quitting your job, moving into what you love doing? That's an obstacle, right? And it's going to be different for each and every one of you. And so, yeah, maybe a personal abundance reading this weekend, while a half price would be good to find out about that. What else do we want? I want to know what this imprisonment is about. Right. And the imprisonment, yeah. So as I was saying, the imprisonment, it's about those ideas that we've got in our head, of our limitations, of our victim mentality. And you've got face the situation and guidance here. So face the situation, you keep on getting the same guidance over and over again. You are getting the guidance, you're getting the signs, you're getting the synchronicities telling you what it is that you're doing here, how you keep on being in this victim mode. And that could feel like challenges coming up over and over again. And it could feel like it's confirming that you're in this prison, and it's not. It's trying to show you the victim mentality. So be a bit more consciously aware of the guidance as it comes in. It's like, why am I going through this again? Why is this happening to me again? Ask those questions and then you'll get the answers, because it's some way that you're thinking about it that's going on there. And this rivalry, I want to know more about that. What's going on with the rivalry? People. So we got fulfillment and go within. People having their stuff fulfilled. This is like looking at successful people and thinking they don't deserve it. But you never know, you see, because you never can see inside of people. You don't know what's in their mindset. You don't know what they've overcome. You don't know their path of growth. You don't know any of it by looking at someone from the outside. And we've all got positive and negative in us, right? And so you might be looking at someone thinking they don't deserve the success that they've got because they've got this thing about them that I don't like, or that's bad. But you're not seeing the full picture. We can't see inside of everyone, right? We can't see inside of anyone, in fact. And so what's within of why they're having their wishes fulfilled, you just don't know. You just have to surrender to that. Well, they're on their path. They're getting what they want, or maybe they're not getting what they want. There's plenty of people that have success and a lot of money, and they're not happy too. And so the money that they're getting might be a big lesson for them. The universe works in mysterious ways, and so don't look at other people thinking they're getting the wishes fulfilled. Why aren't I? Don't do that compariatus like that. It's not helping you. I want more about this creator as well, this creativity. Let's end on a positive note, right? Ooh, yes. expansion and intimacy. So that more money that you want, that growth that you want, that success that you want, that great expansion that you want, it's about intimacy. Intimacy, it isn't about romantic relationships. It can be, but this intimacy card is about showing yourself to the world, being your true self. That's when the creativity will really kick off. And so that is connected to the obstacles, right? And it's connected to opening up to love as well. So, wow, you've got big things coming, really big things coming. There's some obstacles. There's some obstacles. There's some imprisonment that you've got. There's some stuff going on, but you are on the right path to getting that abundance that you really want. Wow, sounds good to me. Yeah, wow, yeah, really good. I love this reading, and so I hope you love it too. If you would like one of those private abundance money reads, well, the half price this weekend, I'll pop a link. There'll be a link for that somewhere. It's in the description box below anyway, or on my website, behealing.com. And yeah, if you were attracted to any of the others, then click on that one too and watch that reading. If you would like the deeper dive into this reading, then you can purchase that as well. Just 20 Australian dollars for that. And the link is in the description box below. There you go. Thank you. So hello, flower people. If you chose the flower, then this one is for you. Beautiful orchid there. Amazing energy. Now, this is my second attempt at recording this one. The camera stopped working for some reason. And so I've already picked your cards out. You let me know in the comments below whether you want to see me picking the cards out, whether you prefer that, or whether you like it just like already out there like this. So let's go through what you got. You got lion spirit. This says generosity. Be generous of spirit. You've got hummingbird spirit, which is be here now. You've got rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. Awesome, flower people. In your tarot cards, you've got the wheel of fortune. Awesome. That's saying that change is coming in. You've got the fool embarking on a new journey, exploration there. And you've got the king of swords energy here. You've also got gnosis, about what you know spiritually, to manifest things. You've got the starborn card. How cool is that? And you've got eros as well. I've got some clarifiers here, but I'll go into that once I've gone through the reading. So we're starting off with the lion spirit, you flower people. The lion spirit, it says be generous of spirit. Now that's not what I'm picking up from this card at all. I'm picking up the Leo energy from this, and I'm seeing a king of a pride here, a leadership role. I'm seeing a leadership role for you flower people, and I'm feeling like it's taking leadership in your own life. And so you being the leader of your life, this is about you stepping into that energy of saying, okay, I'm going to sort my life out now. I'm going to go for more money. I'm going to get abundance for myself. I'm going to build my savings up. I'm going to get that house that I want. I'm going to lead my own life now. Decide what I want and then go get it. It's that kind of leadership energy. So I'm not picking up its leadership energy of an organization or anything like that. It's leadership of your life, stepping into your power of that. Now it says be generous of spirit, and I'm not picking up generosity here, generosity to other people. Now a lot of people, I know a lot of you guys, my subscribers, and you are very generous people, you're very giving people, right? And that's how you're out of balance in a way. You give too much and you receive too little. And so if you're resonating with that, then this be generous of spirit. If you're thinking, oh, I can get more money if I'm just even more generous, and it's not been working for you, then this is why. It's not that generosity is a great thing and you should just be more and more generous and that's going to bring you more money. That's not true. It's about finding a balance, right, of giving and receiving, that balance. And so whichever way you're out of balance, if you're like receiving, if you're one of those kind of taker kind of people, I don't believe you'll be watching my channel, but if those kind of people, yes, to find more balance, they need to be more generous. And when that kind of person is more generous, yes, they attract more money. But when you're an overgiver, an under receiver, being more generous has the opposite effect. And so if you've been trying to do that, be more generous to receive more money, and it's not been happening, that's why. Your balance is found in the other way. It's being generous to yourself, receiving. And that's what I'm feeling. This lion spirit, it's about you taking the leadership in your life, wanting more for yourself, being more generous to yourself. It's about receiving now. Stop giving so much of your energy out, flower people, and take a lead in your life now. Right, so you've got the hummingbird spirit, and this says be here now. So this is about being in the moment. It's about not being in the past. So if you've been telling yourself stories from the past, like, or maybe you tried something before in the past, you tried to get more money, or you tried to start your own business, or you tried to get that promotion before, anything like that, and you've got this expectation now that the same thing is going to happen again. No, just be here now. Just see what's possible now, because you change in every moment, right? Who you are now isn't who you are 5 minutes ago. It isn't who you were a year ago. It wasn't isn't who you were 5 years ago, and that's because we we are like our essence, our attraction as essence, our spiritual essence is our consciousness. So what we're thinking, what we're believing in the moment, what we're thinking in the moment, where our consciousness is at, that changes all the time. Our focus changes all the time. And our energy, our heart energy, our emotional state, how we're feeling, right? And that changes all the time, even more probably than our mind, right? And so who you are isn't who you were 5 minutes ago. It isn't who you were last time you tried this thing. So stop believing in those and stop expecting the same financial results, the same abundance results as you had before. This is saying let the past go, be here now, be in this moment now, and give it another go. It could be, you can have two people taking exactly the same actions. If you've got one person that's really positive and really great energy and has done a lot of healing work on themselves, they take that action, they get great results from it. You've got another person, maybe, in some kind of depressed energy, not feeling very good about themselves, not feeling very confident, take exactly the same action as that other person, and they don't get the abundance from it. Or like with my generosity example, you can have one person, yeah, who is a taker kind of person. You can have one person that's a giver kind of person. They take exactly the same action. So they give something away, they're generous in some way. This person gets results from it. They get more abundance in from it. This person doesn't. It kind of takes them down. And so who in exactly the same way. It's not just different people. It's you. It's you too. You are those different people. So you were someone different in the past. So don't believe that you're going to get those same results, and don't expect the same results as you got before. Expect abundance now, or just give it a go. Give it a go again and see what's available now. Now I love this one. You got the rabbit spirit. Now is lucky time. It's lucky time for you. So luck is on your side. Great things are going to happen for you. And so if you're feeling good, if your mindset is right, if you've got this lion energy after this reading, you're like, yes, that's right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to make things out of my life. I'm going to get some savings for myself, manifest this money. I'm going to do it. And you're feeling really empowered if you're in that state. Luck is on your side there. This could be like money showing up on the street. It could be like buying a lotto ticket. Yeah. Don't make this your main emphasis, right? Sometimes people don't take action to build that business or go for that job or go for that promotion or actually, invest their money and do things like that. Because they just rely on luck because they're in kind of victimhood mode. Don't be just about luck. You can't manifest abundance by sitting back and just wishing it like that. And that's kind of what some people will do. So make sure that's not you. Step into your lion energy and make it happen for yourself. But just have this as a little add-on to add a little extra spice. Because if you're doing all of that stuff and if you're moving towards something, luck will be on your side too. You'll start finding money on the street and stuff to show you that luck's on your side. And also a great time to buy a lotto ticket when you're feeling really good like that as well. Or you might just win stuff. Like I win stuff all the time. It's great. You've also got the wheel in the tarot cards, so the wheels are in motion. You've got forward motion happening now, and so you're probably feeling this energy is going on for you right now. You're moving forward, whether that's in your job, your work, your business, and you are, moving toward creating that money that you want now. The wheels are in motion. You've got this forward movement happening, and it's also about change. The Wheel of Fortune is about change, right? And so you can't stay the same person. This is like the luck, what I just said about luck there. You can't just stay doing the same things that you were doing before in the same way, being the same person, and then wish for some more money and it happen. Now, because it requires change, doesn't it? So this is saying like you will need to change. You will need to change yourself, learn something new. I'm not talking about working harder or working longer. I mean, that's one way of doing it, but it's not really going to get you abundance. It's just going to get you a little bit more. I see abundance as being much more than that, right? when it just flows with ease, that's real abundance. And so I'm not talking about working harder or working longer for it, but what I am doing is saying, like, working smarter, maybe finding a new approach, like this, right? This is my first pick a card reading that I'm doing, and it's for the bonus read, because I was doing bonus reads before, for each star sign, and it was a lot of work. It was taking me like 2 days of making videos and doing the deeper dive reads and putting it all together. 2 days of work, and it's too much. I'm too busy. I'm too busy with my private readings now to do that. So this is just going to take me maybe half a day or maybe one day to put all of this together. So working smarter like that, a new approach, yeah. Change is required. This could be inner change as well. This could be asking you to be more confident or something like that. There could be inner change, but you will need to change. You'll need to change in some way to get that abundance. Remember, there's a hummingbird spirit as well saying you have changed and you will change even more, and your abundance will come in as a reflection of who you're being. Now you got the Fool card. And I'm really picking up from this Fool card. This is like, usually in the tarot, this is the Fool stood on the edge of the cliff, like dancing on the edge of the cliff, ready to make a leap of faith kind of thing. And this is what I'm feeling for you, for a lot of you that are watching this, you flower people, is that you're kind of ready to make this leap of faith. So if you've been like on the verge of quitting your job, if you've been on the verge of starting a new business, that kind of thing, this is the confirmation saying, yes, go for it. There's a new adventure awaiting you. Go for that. Go and start that. Explore that. Take that leap of faith for sure, because luck is on your side. Remember, luck is on your side too. Really good energies, really good transformational energies that you've got going on in this. Now, this card I really love. You've got the King of Swords here. Now, this is the King or Queen vibe. This is saying like this lion spirit standing in your leadership role, but sitting on a throne at home, right? As the queen or the king in your life, of saying, okay, I'm going to make something for myself now. It's that kind of energy. Now, the swords, it's all about cutting stuff out. It's about boundaries, things like that. And so a queen isn't just going to let anybody into her chambers, right? She's not. Or the king. They're going to stand up for what they really want, yeah? And so when you are embodying this king or the queen energy, and you're strong and empowered, and you're saying no to things, then the abundance is going to come in. So if you've got your own business and you're just caving into what people want. Say if you were to like email me and ask me, oh, can you do this thing that you don't even offer on your business for me? I'll say no to that. Maybe you've been in that kind of situation and you just say yes to it. You'll just do anything for money, right? Or maybe, people get in touch with you and say, oh, can I get a discount? And you'll cave into that and you'll just do whatever. This is saying, no, don't do that. Have strong boundaries. Stand up for yourself now. Be in your power. Be the king or queen with strong boundaries, and that is going to get you the abundance that you want when you're embodying that king, queen energy. Right, you've also got the Gnosis card too. This is about spiritual knowing. So you're watching this, right? So you've got some spiritual awareness, some spiritual knowledge of how things manifest. How do things manifest? Well, it's with our consciousness. It's what we're thinking, our beliefs, our state of consciousness. And what we're feeling, what's in our heart, what we're feeling, our emotional state. That is what manifests our experiences in our lives. We get what we believe in, and we get what we're feeling about. So your predominant feeling, what is it? What's your predominant feeling? Let me know in the comments below. Be honest about it. Years ago, my predominant feeling was disappointment. I would be disappointed by relationships. I'd be disappointed by money. What's your predominant feeling toward money? You let me know, because that is what you'll manifest over and over again. And yeah, it's good to know what that predominant feeling is, and what are your predominant thoughts? What are you thinking about? What's your mindset the majority of the time? Get real about that too, because this is about spiritual knowing. This is about you knowing how things manifest in your life, how things come into form from the spiritual. So time to get real about that and use your superpowers to manifest what you want. This is really beautiful. You've got the Starborn card, and look at that egg. It's cracking open. This is a new you being born. This is a very transformational reading right here, right now. With the king and the lion on either side of it there, it's like it is time for you to step forward and claim that abundance that you want in your life. A new you is being born right here from this egg now. And look at it, it's all rainbows and stars. It's like there's amazing stuff about to go down for you. But you're being reborn, so it's just the start of this transformation, right? It's just the start of it. Yes, it's this one, the wheel. See the wheel, these changes that are happening. See, she's got a rainbow dragon there on her shoulder. I've got a dragon here on my arm. Dragons are all about power. It's about our personal power, right? And transformation. There's transformation all over this too. So you're transforming, you're stepping into this new you, this new embodying these king's energy, and that's what's going to bring your abundance in. Now, have you noticed how colorful all of this is until you get to this card, which is black and white? It really stood out to me, this, because I'm seeing this is the detractor, this is the one, this is your challenge, this is the negative kind of thing, and it's Eros. Eros is all about romantic love and about passionate love. And this is telling me that you flower people, you can get caught up in the romance as a distraction, or you can get into a romantic relationship and forget all about your business, all about your job, all about your career, all about the money you're manifesting, and just get totally wrapped up in someone else. And so if this is you, you need to stop that stuff and get some balance, right? And so your next challenge could be to just pull yourself back from that, from doing that stuff. Stop doing it. Get some balance instead. Stay on track, even when you get in a relationship. Stay on track with your money. Maybe you're one of those kind of people that you keep on watching the soulmate reads, the love reads, and all of that here on YouTube, and you hardly ever watch stuff like that. You don't watch the business, the money ones, but you're watching it this time, aren't you? And maybe this is why, because you need this message. Stop getting so caught up in the love stuff. It's just part of you and a part of your life. It's actually detracting from your abundance, this is saying. And so get that balance there. I'm not saying like close the door on it completely. No, don't do that either. And if that's you, if you're not even embodying this, if you're the other way, you're not even embodying this, you've closed the door completely to relationships, well, that's not good either, right? Because that shows you've closed the doors to love, to receiving love. And abundance is a form of love. It's like really, really similar energy to love. In fact, abundance and love are about the same thing. And you open your heart and you're letting love in, you're letting people love you in all kinds of ways. That is abundance. It's the same energy. So just watch out for that. The world in ellipse there on this card. Just watch out for that. I'm really seeing, because it's black and white there, that it is it's a problem that you've got. Eros is a problem that you've got. So sort that out, whichever way around you are. It could be that you need to open your heart. It could be that I think for most of you, it's more of a distraction kind of thing. Don't get so distracted on it. Embody these king's energy, the Lion King. The Lion King. Okay, so to clarify things, we've got I am love and in this moment, be here now. It's what the hummingbird spirit was saying to us. And this is about I am love, opening your heart. This is what Eros could be saying for some of you as well, is open your heart, let that love in. Yeah, this is about love energy in the moment, allowing it in, being here now. It doesn't matter that you had like a bad job that didn't pay you. It doesn't matter that you squandered a load of money or lost a load of money in the past. It doesn't. All of that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you had a bad relationship with someone in the past. That you've changed now, right? And so be here now and let that love in the moment. Let what's available to you now with your energy now, because chances are you've been healing yourself and you've been changing yourself, and you feel different and you're thinking different now. So let whatever is in this moment, let that love in the form of abundance too. You've also got find a new approach and success here too. A new approach. Where is this? I think it's this exploration. So this new approach. I'm feeling like a lot of you flower people, you are teetering on this edge, and you have been already. This full kind of energy. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about it already, changing your job, quitting your job, starting a business, that kind of thing. You've been teetering on this edge, and this is confirmation saying, yes, go for it. Find a new approach to your success. A change is required, which is what the wheel is saying as well. So it's kind of the wheel and the fool energy going on here. A new approach. You might not know what that new approach is, right? But you can ask. You know, you have the whole universe at your fingertips. You've got your higher self at your fingertips. Maybe it's time to get one of the private abundance reads while they're half price this weekend from me, a money abundance read, to tap into that. But you've got that access anyway. And so all you need to be is in the question. Ask your higher self, ask the universe, what is my approach to new money? And you'll be shown it. You could be scrolling through Facebook and see something and it gives you an idea. It's what happened to me. I was going through this breakup. This was ages ago now. And I was actually in Kuala Lumpur at the time. I was getting myself a new visa for Thailand and going through this breakup. And I was in a terrible emotional state. And because I didn't have much stuff with me, but I had my phone with me, I went on YouTube and there was this soulmate or twin flame reading there. And I watched this YouTube reading. And it made me feel better about what I was going through. And then I kept on watching more and more of these videos. And it just sparked something inside me. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I was already doing videos. I was already doing weekly reading videos, but they were kind of boring. I didn't have any passion in it. And I didn't see that it could grow my business and all of that. But after I'd watched all of these videos to make myself feel better, once I felt better emotionally from that breakup, I thought, why don't I do that? Why don't I do that? It seems like a lot of fun. And then I started doing it and wow, yes, it is a lot of fun and I'm absolutely loving it. And in a similar kind of way, if you ask for that new approach that's going to bring you your money in, you'll see it. The universe will put it in front of you. Every time you ask, the universe responds. So that's about the fool and the wheel. You've got a new approach to your success. There's change that needs to happen. And change constantly happens, right? That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this video. This is my first pick a card reading because previously my bonus reads were for each star sign. That was 12 videos, 12 deeper dives into it. It was taking me 2 days of work to do that. I'm just too busy to do that now. I was ending up having no time off with all the private readings that I'm doing and everything. Something had to change, right? A new approach to more abundance. Something needs to change, and I was shown the way. I can't remember how that happened, but I was shown the way. I was shown like the pick a card things. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. That'd be a lot of fun. You've also got trust myself and create, right? For you to be authentic and creative and putting yourself out there requires you to trust yourself first. And so no more doubting yourself, feeling bad about yourself, not thinking that you've got what it takes. Don't do that. Trust yourself and step forward with confidence. So this is the King's energy. It's also the Starboard energy as well. Trust yourself and then you can be creative. If you're not trusting yourself, you're not going to be creative, right? And, this reminds me, the foundation behind this, me doing these videos now, which is really exploding my business, it's awesome. And thank you so much for all of your help with that too as well. I very much appreciate it. It's really exciting. But the foundation within myself behind that was trusting myself. I used to drink too much. And I could never trust myself to show up. Like there was no way before that I could promise that I'd get my private readings out within 24 hours. Because I couldn't trust myself not to drink too much and then be hungover all day. And I couldn't trust myself to promise that I'll do like the daily reads, the weekly reads, and these bonus reads too. Because I didn't know if I was going to, I didn't know. Maybe I would have like 3 hangover days. I just couldn't trust myself. And so it could be something like that with you too. It could be like an addiction, or it could be some kind of sabotage that you're doing that's causing you not to trust yourself. Could be about this too, this Eros love. It could be that you're getting in like romantic relationships that aren't good for you, and so you can't trust yourself to show up. You can't do that amazing business creative idea because you've got this, relationship that's not that good going on, and you're locked into that and you can't step forward. Something like that. There's something that's stopping you from trusting yourself, being creative. And so I'm going to put that between these two, Starborn and Eros here. You've also got, is this thought useful, and transformation. So you've got to sort your thoughts out. Sort your thoughts out. Which one is this one about? No, it says sorting your thoughts out. As I said, it's our consciousness that creates, along with our heart energy, with how we're feeling. But if you've got thoughts like money blocks, like money is the root of all evil, well, it's not, People are the root of all evil. Like there's good and there's bad people, right? And there's everyone in between. And then there's rich and there's poor people and there's everything in between. They're not correlated, not at all. But what you do have with money is money is showing that you've got big energy. You're doing big things out there. If you've got a lot of money, right, which means your energy is out there in a big way. So if you're doing bad things, it's out there in a big way. People know about it. If you're doing good things, it's out there in a big way. And the things that you're doing that are bad or good are big, right? Are big because of it. And so, yeah, there's poor people, that there's good and bad in poor people. There's good and bad rich people too. But you get to see those extremes. Same with you too, right? It's not going to change who you are, whether you've got money, but it's going to make you more of who you are, right? So if you're a really good person, and I think you are, why not step into that? Why not step into those riches? Be more of who you are, more of who you are, more of who you are. And what this whole reading is saying is that when you're more of who you are, this king energy, when you're more of who you are, that's when your abundance is going to come in. So just watch your thoughts. You need to transform them, especially if you've got some of those little cliches going on inside of you. Money's the root of all evil. What are the other ones? I don't know. Put them in the comments below. Love to hear from you. There you go. So if you'd like one of the private readings while they're half price this weekend, book in for one of those. I'd love to read for you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, click like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye. So if you chose the shell, then this is your reading. Isn't it a beautiful shell too? Now, the recording went wrong slightly, so I already started picking your cards out before I realized. So let me show you the cards I've already picked out for you. You've got Koi Fish Spirit, which says there's always enough. Isn't that amazing for an abundance reading? You've got the Cat Spirit, claiming your independence. You've got the Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is practice. You have the Six of Wands, which is victory. What an awesome card to have in abundance reading. And let's pick out some more. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, rewards. Wow, you lucky shell people. That's awesome. And some of these cards too. Please, this is my first pick a card, and so I just want some feedback from you, because do you want to see me shuffling or not? I kind of like it in videos to watch the shuffling and how they're chosen. You got the heart up first, but you let me know. I'd like feedback from you. Do you like watching me shuffle and picking the cards out or not? Would you prefer them just to be there? And I did the flower reading, I'd already done them now because the recording went wrong. I wasn't recording. I did it all and then realized it wasn't recording at all and had to do it again. And the crystal one, I did pick all the cards, and you've got half and half, so it's really funny. So watch them all and tell me which you prefer. Do you like seeing all of the shuffling? Do you like it half and half? Maybe half and half's the way to go. Or do you want the cards already out? You let me know. You got the shaman is up next. Oh, some healers amongst you, huh? Healers picking the shell. Interesting. Maybe you pick the crystal too. I would have thought the healers would pick the crystal. Who knows? And you've got, Kairos. Kairos, wow. It's the first time this card's been out. I don't know what it means, but I'm going to read it intuitively for you. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to clarify with the inner self guidance cards. But let's start this reading now. What have we got here? Start with the Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough, right? Isn't there? We all have our own connection with Source, and all abundance comes from Source. And sometimes we think that there isn't enough to go around, and that's just not true. So we can have these beliefs, if someone's got a lot of money, then they're stopping us from having the money, and that's not true. We've all got our own connection with Source. We've all got our own connection with abundance. There's plenty to go around. So just watch out for that kind of belief. If that's within you, there is always enough. And so more about that connection and abundance. The energy of abundance is the same as the energy of love. It's the same as the energy of grace. It's the energy of the universe, right? And sometimes we can have beliefs that things that are man-made are kind of excluded from that, but they're not, Let me tell you a story about a cool thing that happened to me yesterday. So a week ago, I noticed that there's this huge papaya tree, and I don't know if you know papaya trees, but they're like the coconut trees. They've got very, very long stems, and then a few leaves at the top, and then the fruits are just right there underneath the leaves, just like coconut trees. You'll know what they look like, right? And anyway, this is at the back, and it's a very tall one, and it's got these huge papayas on it. And I thought to myself, I wonder how I'm going to get the papayas. I wonder how I can get the papayas down from that tree, because it looked like they were getting ripe. And yesterday afternoon, the tree fell down toward my place, and it turns out that the height of the tree was the same as the distance to my door on my balcony, and that it fell down and it broke on the ledge of the balcony, and it deposited all the leaves on the top of this tree with all of the fruits right there on my balcony outside of my door, right? And so magic happens like that, and we know like magic happens like that in nature, right? But sometimes we can think, oh, but yeah, but money is man-made, and that doesn't follow the laws of nature, right? But it does. Humans are natural, and everything we make is natural too. Nothing is outside of the laws of the universe. And so you've got to believe in that magic. You've got to believe in that magic too. So this isn't just saying that there's always enough. There's more than enough to go around as well. But to trust in the magic is that it's all natural. You do have your own connection with source. Everything comes from source. It comes through people, right? Just like that papaya. I don't know. How did the universe make that happen? To answer my question, how did it make it happen? Well, maybe it used ants to gnaw away at the bottom of that tree on a certain side. Maybe it used the rain to flow around to weaken it on that side, so it came down exactly in my direction. That balcony over there, it's only about 2 meters wide. It fell perfectly so that it was at my door, so that I could open the door. Even the fruit was right in front of the slider bit of the door, not the other side of the door, the slider bit of the door. So I didn't even need to set foot outside. I could just pick the fruit right there. Crazy, hey? But yeah, it's the same thing can happen. It comes through. It comes from the source, but through people, right? And so you might have been focused on the way it was coming through. You might have been focused on the people that you could get your money or your abundance from, instead of focusing on the source and just asking the question, I wonder how I'm going to get that money. And then if you're in that question, I wonder how I'm going to get those papayas, then I didn't need to focus on the water flow or the ants or however nature managed to do that for me. I just had to focus on that question, right? And in the same way, you can just focus on the abundance too, rather than on the people or the business or the work that you're doing to get that. That's what this card is saying. That's what that beautiful fish is saying. It's gold. It's gold colored too, which is beautiful. Like coins. Hey, you got the cat spirit next. So yeah, this is a big call. This is a number 13 as well. Lucky for some, unlucky for some. It's just up to you what you think about it. But the cat spirit is saying claim your independence. Time to step forward independently. And so if you've been dependent on someone else in your finances, as I just said, you have your own connection, yeah? You have your own connection to source. So if you're focused on that one person or that one job or that one way that you're getting money through, you're just focused on like the water flowing to bring that papaya tree down. I mean, that's maybe not the way it happened. Maybe it worked through the ants instead. If you're open up, if you're independent, so if you claim your independence with source, you have your own connection with source. You don't need to rely on that other person that it's been coming through for your abundance or that job. It can come through any avenues, right? Then that's what I'm talking about independence here. I'm not saying cut off your sources of income. I'm saying open your mind up that you've got an independent connection with source, and the way that it can come through can be so varied, and it's unique to all of you as well. So just expand your mind there. That's what this independence means. Claim your independence. It's good to be like a cat as well. Cats don't take any shit, do they? They've got very strong boundaries, and so that could be talking about that as well. You got the seahorse spirit next. Watch and wait. So you've got something really good coming, especially if you've been asking for a way for your abundance to come. It's so powerful to ask questions. I cannot tell you. Just even that a week ago, asking how am I going to get those papayas down, and it was delivered right to my doorstep. The questions that you are asking of the universe, I wonder how I'm going to get that $1 million. Questions like that, a way will be shown to you. And so just watch and wait, because you are already in the manifestation process. Things that you were asking for maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, they're on the way to you. You're on the path to them. And so just watch and wait. There's magic showing up for you this week. There's magic showing up for you in abundance. That is awesome. You've also got the Eight of Pentacles. Now, it says practice on it. This is about working towards something, right? And you've got to keep going. You've got to show up and you've got to do the work, right? It's like with my YouTube channel and with my work. I've got to show up. I've got to show up. I've got to show up every day and do those readings, those private readings that come in. I've got to show up each week and do these videos. I've got to show up for it, right? You've got to keep on practicing. This is about consistency as well, consistency of practice. So if you want long-term results, if you want consistent money and consistently increasing money, then guess what? You have got to be consistent too. So you've got to put that work in, you've got to put the practice in, and you've got to do it consistently. So just think about that. What is it that you're asking for? Are you asking for consistently increasing money, or are you just asking for a one-off thing? If you're just asking for a one-off windfall, well, why are you doing that? Because it's actually going to take practice. It's going to take practice and you showing up to get your abundance. So she's looking kind of sad about that, isn't she? But yeah, it's not about hard work, and it's about doing what you love, but it's about showing up too. And so don't let that upset you like it's upsetting this girl. You do need to practice. She's got a chemistry set there, and the universe is inside it, if you can see that. It's at your fingertips, but you're going to have to work for it. And the work can be totally enjoyable. Like, I love doing these readings, these videos. It's amazing. And especially like doing new stuff like this. It's cool to be able to get creative with it. I love doing readings. And I love these videos even more than my private readings now. It's my favorite thing. You've got the Six of Wands, victory. Wow, what an amazing card. Look at all of that. Butterflies, colorful butterflies all around her. Victory. This is the money coming in. This is a lot of energy, and it's you that's done it. Yeah. Your victory is going to come from you doing it, you transforming yourself, you putting yourself out there, you being consistent, and it's going to show up for you. And that's the way you want it. You know, castles, they're built slowly, but they're built on firm foundations, and that's what I'm hearing for you now. It's time for you to build that wealth for yourself, want it for yourself, to build it for yourself. And when you get it, when you get this victory, it's going to feel all the sweeter. It's not like a lotto win. It's like you've done it, you did it. You're going to feel great about yourself, and that's going to lead you to even more abundance as well. It's all about you, really. It's not about the money. It's all about you. Your life is all about you. And that victory is going to be so much sweeter when you've put the work in and made it happen. So I think this is calling you to be creative and do your own thing, that kind of thing. You've got the rewards card as well, the Nine of Pentacles. She's got an apple. She's got fruit around her. How cool. Like papayas, you could have papayas falling at your door as well. So Nine of Pentacles rewards. Rewards come in all kinds of ways, right? And it could be that you're thinking you're just focused on the money. And so you could be focused on lack, and you could be focused on your purse, which is empty, or your bank account, which is empty, or your credit card debt, which is full, but not in a good way, right? You could be focused on that and then totally missing out the papayas that are throwing themselves at you, coconuts that are throwing themselves at you, or things that people are doing for you. Abundance is all kinds of things. It's not just in money. Money's a big part of it, though, right? Because we use money to trade for everything. And so yeah, your rewards are coming in all kinds of ways. Just be open to it, you know. This is asking you to be open to seeing the rewards that you're getting. Because if you think about it, you don't just want money, right? You don't want to be one of those people that's got a lot of money but no love, nothing else going on in their lives. You don't just want money. You want it all, yeah? You want it all. You want a really rich life with plenty in it too. And so start noticing it. You can do that exercise right now. And you can do it for money as well. So start noticing all the amazing things, all the amazing rewards that you've already had, right? All the amazing rewards that are around you. And then convert it to money. I mean, like, look at this place that I live in. Wow, this resort is amazing. It's like the biggest resort on the island. I don't know how many years it's been around, but maybe 20 years this resort has been around. So much money here. So much money here. And I just look at all these things here, the cards, and the cards can be converted into money, right? With these readings that I'm doing, just there's money absolutely everywhere when you start looking for it. It's all around you. Even like in the gardens here, the staff working there, they're getting paid, and there's just money everywhere. And so start seeing all of those rewards, and you will attract more of it. You'll see more of it, you'll attract more of it, you know, through that. But I really do feel like this victory, these rewards, watch and wait. You've got magic happening in your abundance this week. You're going to get the confirmation, especially if this is kind of new to you. If you're kind of new to all of this thing and you're thinking, oh, yeah, I would like more money. I wonder. I wonder if she's just like full of crap or if this is true. And so you're asking this question like, oh, how can I get more money? Then this magic comes in to show you the universe is listening to you, and it's like, yes, you can have it. Here you go. You're like, oh, maybe she's right after all. So it's like a teaser from the universe saying, yes, I am here, I am listening to you, and you can have that money. And so maybe some of you have had a belief like you're not sure you can have it, that kind of thing. Just watch out for that. You can have it. Now, next up, you've got heart. I just want to have a look at this before I show you. Okay. There's a boat there. So you've got heart here. And so it's all about what's in your heart, your feelings. Okay, so what manifests? It's our thoughts, our beliefs. It's what we're focused on manifest. And it's also what we're feeling too. Our predominant feeling manifests. Now, what is your predominant emotion? Be totally 100% honest with yourself. What is your predominant emotion? My predominant emotion at the moment, it's kind of excitement. I'm very excited at the moment. The last couple of days I was a bit stressed because of visa situations, but it's predominantly, I'd say over the last month has been excitement. What has yours been? A few years ago, it was predominantly disappointment. And how disappointed was I to realize that when I did this exercise? Of looking at what my predominant emotion was. I'm like, whoa, it's disappointment. I'm disappointed with my money. I'm disappointed with my friends. I'm disappointed in my relationships. And I'm like, oh no wonder I've been repeating the experiences that I've had, this disappointment over and over again. So what is in your heart? What is your predominant feeling? Let us know in the comments there. Be 100% honest, because when you're 100% honest, then you can change it, right? And so what happened was, when I realized that I was disappointed all the time, I'm like, I don't want to manifest disappointment after disappointment. I've got to change this. And so what I did was, because then I was consciously aware of it, then every time I felt disappointment, I'm like, I don't want, I'd snap out of it. I'm like, I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel different instead. And so I distract myself to something that felt good. I changed my focus that way to get myself out of that disappointment vibe. So what is in your heart? How are you feeling? That's what you're manifesting. How are you feeling toward money? That's what's manifesting in your abundance, right? How do you feel toward money? Do you love it? Because abundance energy is love energy. It's grace energy. It's the stuff of the universe. You got to love it. You got to get in alignment with it. You got to love that money. Love abundance in all of its forms, right? In all of its forms. Those rewards, just start loving it all. Especially if you've been hating on money. Don't hate on money. It's great. I lived in this hippie town in Australia, and for 10 years I was there. And it was really funny because there was a lot of people that were hating on money there and thinking that there's something intrinsically wrong with it. And so they started off this barter kind of scheme, and people swapping services or swapping the vegetables or stuff like that, whatever it is that got the swapping. And then after they were doing that for a while, they realized that some things had different values. So if someone was growing like apples and the other person was like making you a website or something like that, that one apple to a website, it wasn't it wasn't the same value. And so that they put like different values. I think they made cards then with different values and stuff. And anyway, as they progressed, they pretty much reinvented money. But money, anyone can use money. You can get access to everybody's services, everything that everyone's doing if you've got money. And with their scheme, you could only access the people that were in that scheme, their services and what they've got. And it's like, you just recreated money. Why not just use money and realize it is a lesson to them to realize that money is a great thing. And so if you've had that, if in your heart you've been thinking money's a bad thing, it's not. People can be bad, right? People can be bad and can use it in bad ways, but money's not bad. It's just what we use. It's just what we use. Next up, we've got shaman. So this is what's making me feel like a lot of you that are watching, you shell people, are healers. Got the snake, got the diamond there too. Look at the diamond. The diamond. It's about the bling. It's about the money. It's showing me that there's great wealth in your healing, in your abilities, your healing abilities. That's what I'm picking up from the shaman this time. So if you're a healer or a reader, or you're using your spiritual gifts in any kind of way, which pretty much everyone is in the universe without realizing it, on this planet. Yeah, the artists, they're using their spiritual gifts. Or it's all channeling. All of the greatest ideas are channeled. All of them. I just know that I'm doing it, right? And maybe you do too, because you're a healer. But that's where your diamonds are going to be found. That's where it's going to be fine. So if you are of the mindset of, oh, no, my healing gifts, they should just be done for free, they're not that valuable. It is very valuable. It's one of the most valuable things ever. So change your mind, because when I changed my mind about that, from that I should be giving it away because it's a natural gift. Everything is a natural gift. Everybody has natural gifts. Anything that anyone is doing, whether they're making something, whether they're doing something, they're all natural gifts. They're all spiritual. So when you value it, when you value your healing is when your value is going to come in. So just check yourself before you wreck yourself there. Especially if you've been giving your stuff away for free. It's time for you to value yourself, not just your time and your energy, but your gifts too. There's great value there. And I would suggest that this healing stuff is extremely valuable, like more valuable than a packet of Doritos that damages our health, right? Um, Now, what am I picking up from this? Next up, you've got Kairos, Kairos. It's a bit reptilian, this card, looking at it there. There's an eye. It's a cat's eye. And it's in a coin kind of thing. It's in some kind of a metal, a golden metal. But it's got like these reptile scales around it. What am I getting from this? There's something very reptilian about this, but then you've got the cat in the middle of it. So reptiles to me, I'm thinking about that reptilian part of the brain is what I'm picking up on. It's the part of the brain where we are in fight or flight, that kind of thing. It's very basic. It's like lower chakra stuff. It's when we are in fear and fear of survival. Of course, when we're in fear of survival, that is our money situation too. So way back before money was invented, we would have fear of survival through like food and shelter and stuff like that. Maybe our community. Those were the things that would cause us to fear survival. And maybe like wild animals and stuff like that. That would be about the shelter, right? And about the community too, protecting each other. So those, but then we invented money, and then money is the way that we get our security, isn't it? That's the way. And so we can have these very deep fears in the reptilian part of the brain, that part of our brain that's fight and flight. We can be very scared of money. We can be scared of having no money because it means to us death. That's what our ego is screaming at us. You're going to die. If you've got no money, you're going to die. And so a lot of fear coming out in this card, this reptilian part of it about money. And as I said, connected with the lower chakra there, it's about survival. And when you're in that mode, that fear of lack mode, this is interesting because this has happened in each one. It's been in the last card, it's been the challenge kind of thing that you need to overcome. So when you're in that complete fear, it's very hard to do anything. It's very hard to be creative, to know that there's always enough to claim your independence, because you think you can't cut off like your lifeblood because it's the only thing available to you. You're not wanting to watch and wait. You're wanting to take action all the time. You know, all of these things are just not possible when you're in that complete fear mode. So maybe you're there. I'm sorry if you're feeling that, and I know what it's like. There's a lot of people, and I think we've all been there at some point when money's been really low, and it's scary. It's very scary. But the cat is in the middle of it too, which is all of this cat spirit independence there. You have to somehow distract yourself from that fear, because a fearful mind, or a worried mind, it cannot open up to anything, right? You can't get some great ideas. You've got to like have a vision, like a big dream. It's a totally different mindset than I've got to survive, I've got to pay the next bill. And so you need to find a way of distracting yourself and getting focused on big dreams. Something that's popping into my mind now is, I say that we've all been there. Now, if you think about it, have you ever heard a story about a millionaire, multimillionaire, or billionaire who's lost all their money, they've gone bankrupt, and then they're soon a millionaire or a billionaire very shortly after that too? You might think, oh, it's just because it's who they know, whatever. It's not. It's because of their energy. It's because they would never get into this state. They would never get into this fearful state because they would still be focused on their dreams. Like that's how they made it happen in the first, made the wealth in the first place, is they're focused on those big dreams and they made it happen. And so they never take their eyes off that. They never get to that point of the next bill, that kind of thing. They don't let their energy go right down there, and so they manifest it all over again with ease. And so this is saying, like, you've got to do that for yourself too. So how can you get focused on your big dreams now? Maybe you can write it down and you can look at it. Maybe you can make a vision board or something like that and look at that every day. But you need to find a way to get focused on your big dreams now. Be like that millionaire that never gets caught up in that next bill or whatever, the survival stuff. Don't get caught up in that. Just trust that that's going to get taken care of by the universe. Get focused on your big goals and then start working toward them. And this stuff will sort itself out. You just have to be brave and try that out. I'm going to look at what this really means and see what the interpretation or what this word even means. I mean, what is Kairos anyway? I've never heard of it before. I'm going to find out what that is after this. And I'll put it in the comments as well if there's something that I can add on to this reading. So let's get some clarifiers for you shell people, you healers. I really think this is your healers that have picked this one. Okay, you got gentle arcanus and friends. So this is about not focusing on other people so much. So this is like you've been trying to pick other people up instead of focusing on your own stuff and making something for yourself. This is to claim your independence, that this is clarifying. Be okay about your friends and where they're at. Focus on your own coin, your own life, your own abundance, and move toward that. You can't do anything for your friend really. You can be there for them, but don't get overly focused on them. So it's probably quite a few empaths that are watching this. You can get caught up in what's going on for other people. This is also saying set yourself free to claim your independence. If you are holding yourself back because you want all your friends to come with you, you don't really want to get a lot of money until all your friends are wealthy too. You want them all to come with you. Well, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's just going to hold you back when you do that. So just be okay about where your friends are at and go for what it is that you want. It could be that you make new friends, but claim that independence. Set yourself free. Go for that. It could be that you lead your friends forward. You're the first rich one and then they follow. You never know. They might get inspired by you. Be the inspiration. Next up, you've got communication coming and choose to change. This is about the practice card. And so this is telling me that you do have like a new approach to take. There's some kind of change that you need to make, and that is going to be shown to you. Now, I'm not really feeling like it's an outer thing, like start making your videos in this way. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of an internal choice. It's like an internal or some kind of experience shows up in your life that shows you your predominant feeling toward money, or your predominant feeling is this thing over and over again, and then that's what you choose to change. That's what I'm getting from this, is that the communication coming in, the universe is trying to help you to get more money, but it's saying, shell person, first you need to change this focus that you've got, or this feeling that you've got. So I'm going to show you by giving you more of those negative experiences that this is what you're feeling again, so that you become aware of it and you go, that's what I've been doing to myself. So I'm going to put this with the heart one there. You have got those signs coming in to show you the changes that need to be made, and it's really in your emotional state. As I said, just become aware of what your predominant emotion is. Your predominant emotion is, whoa, yes. This is the same thing too. You've got connection and release guilt. This is about the koi fish spirit. And so and about the friends too, and your independence. Don't feel guilty about wherever everyone else is at. Don't hold yourself back from abundance just because other people are holding themselves back from abundance, or because there's people that are poorer than you. Don't do it. Don't do it. We all have our own connection with spirit and to abundance, and you do that. Be the leader. Have you heard about the 100th monkey effect? So there are lots of islands, and there's all these monkeys on these islands, and then one of them started using a tool to break open some fruit or something like that, a coconut. And then when enough monkeys did it on this island, they started doing it. All of the monkeys on all the surrounding islands started doing it again. They hadn't seen it, they hadn't been taught it, but it's in the collective consciousness of monkeys, right? It's then in the collective consciousness of monkeys. Now, apply that to human beings or you and your friend group. If you're waiting for everyone else or the poorest people in the world to get some money before you'll allow yourself some, Well, that's like that's saying like the last monkey. You're hoping that the last monkey principle will apply, and that is not true, right? It's the 100th monkey. So be one of those first 100 to step into it, and you're raising up the vibration of the whole world, and there, through your connection with the whole world, and raising your vibration and claiming it for yourself, it's actually easier for other people to do that too. It's like the 1 minute mile, right? When somebody ran the 1 minute mile, it's not that it never happened again. People started running it even faster, right? People started running even faster, and so it makes it possible. You make it possible. Don't feel guilty about the people that are behind you. You make greater wealth possible by claiming it for yourself. Let's get another couple of cards out for clarification of any of these. What do we want clarifying? It's like people again. I tell you, it's you healers that have picked this shell because you've got mirror reflection on one step at a time. This is saying you've got people that are like-minded, that have got the same hang-ups, maybe the same fears around you, and you just think everyone's in financial fear. Well, they're not. They're not. And maybe you're only seeing this kind of person. So you've got mirror reflections around you, and it's kind of confirming what you already think, that money is hard and it's stressful, and you can't afford the next thing, and it's really bad, and it's everyone else, and it's the governments and stuff like that. It's not any of that stuff. You've got your own. That's the first card out telling you that you've got your own connection to source. And the way that works is if you want a lot of money and you are willing to put yourself out there, and you are like open-minded and say, okay, universe, I want this now, you show me the way, and then you start doing it, like doing these videos and stuff, the universe will then bring the people that like watching your videos to you. But if you're focused on people that don't have enough, nobody has enough around me, how will anyone be able to afford a reading with me because nobody has any money? If you've got that kind of mindset, all you're going to attract is people that are like you, that have these same fears, that have no money and all of that. And of course, yeah, they're not going to be able to afford your product, your service, or to give you a job or whatever. But there's so many more people out there, and if you just open your mind and you go for what you want, then you'll start attracting all those people that have instead. And there's plenty out there. It's by far the majority, in fact. So you're getting confirmation bias going on here. You're getting mirror reflections around you, and so it's making you think that that's all there is in the world, and it's not true. And it's not true. And so it's time to break out of that and just notice that there are other people in the world. There are people that have got money. There's plenty. In fact, it's the majority that do. And so, yeah, I'm not saying like the majority has massive wealth, but the majority has money, disposable income, right? So, yeah, mirror reflection. You've got mirror reflections around you. It'll take you one step at a time to move out of that, to expand your mind and say, okay, if what Claire's saying is true, that some people have got some money, show me them. And then one step at a time, you build up, you notice a little bit more where the money is, that it is actually out there, and that you don't need to be focused on. You can get focused on your big dreams, and those that are focused on the big dreams and the goals, they're the ones that are making it happen. Be one of those. Have those mirror reflections around you. It'll take you a while to get there, but head there, and then you'll be one of those 100 monkeys to expand it all. And if you're doing this, do it for every healer. Like every healer on the planet, you'd be one of those first 100 to open into it. There's way more than 100 healers that are open to abundance, but yeah, be one of the first ones. Be one of the leaders in it. Open up to it. This is your invitation to do that, to use your healing and to open up into success and abundance for that. Really value it. Really value it. You've got that diamond, remember. You're a diamond. Really value your skills, your time, your gifts, your healing, and put it out there. There you go. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a private reading this weekend, the half price, the abundance money reads, I'd love to do that for you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.